The TorbayHour Radio Show, brought to you by the Barbican Inn Christmas Party Nights.
Good evening, it's just after 8 o'clock. It is the TorbayHour Radio Show. Hi, it's Rick Edwards here. Martin's in the studio as well.
Good evening.
Wow, you're loud tonight. Dear, oh dear. Also, we have special guests who have come equipped with brownies as well. We've got Rochelle and Natasha. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Now, who are you from?
Next Route Finance.
Next Route Finance. And we heard from you on 142nd Pitch a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, you did, yeah.
So we've had, who have we had? We've had lawyers in the show. We've had social media experts. Tonight we're going to be talking finance.
Yeah.
Whoa,
We
finance.
won't make it too boring, don't worry.
No, we got
Steve.
James for that. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay, that's James, all right.
Now,
I'm getting in early.
There is a problem because you generally seem to insult someone every week and get in trouble.
No, you
Last-
do the insults on...
Only on accountants.
On
but that was one
accountants.
week, and I take
Oh,
it.
don't insult us, Mark.
No, it's fine. Last week on the show, for anyone that was listening, you did actually say that your wife was a bridezilla.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Now, when you got home, did you suffer for that?
Yes.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
I've
Now,
been making the tea all week.
if you have only just joined us tonight for the first time, you're wondering what on earth is going on, the concept of this show is to basically talk and tweet business for an hour. If you are following the Torbay Hour online on Twitter, then you will, of course, be familiar with the process. People talking about their business, talking about how they can improve business, work with other businesses, develop the whole area of Torbay and South Devon in the business community. So what we aim to do is extend that, and we bring it to the radio so you can listen along. If you've got a question for us, if you'd like to get a mention, if you'd like to promote your business, there are no problems about advertising on this show, because effectively this is an hour-long advert for business in Torbay and South Devon.
Fantastic.
They looked that you were surprised there, Rochelle. Your face was just like, really? Can we do
No,
that?
not at all. I have a funny face, don't worry.
So if you want to get in touch, the easiest way, of course, is to do that via Twitter. Martin has all the contact details.
Yeah, so we've got at Torbay_hour. You can contact us directly with that, or you can use the hashtag TorbayHour.
Okay, now a couple of people have just tweeted to say they're struggling to listen. Now, just before, the way that I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret here, just before we go on air, we have to actually go and kind of basically turn a key and change things. So there might have been a little bit of silence as I kind of clicked it over. But it is working. We can tell, and we can actually tell when you log on. So, good evening, welcome along. Let's get in touch. Let's start talking and tweeting business. Now, every week we have several things on the show. We have our account of the week. We also have our 142nd pitches. If you'd like to feature as either of those, then feel free to get in touch anytime during the week. You can send a direct message to Martin or any of the Torbay Hour guys, or in fact to me, and we will, of course, get in touch. Now, should we kick off with our account of the week?
Let's do it.
The account of the week. Here we go.
The featured accounts with the Works Torbay. Flexible, affordable workspace. A new way of working and doing business.
Now, our account of the week this week is Nomad LED. It's Dave. Now, Dave, we heard from you a couple of weeks ago as one of our 142nd pitches. Tell us what you do.
Oh, right. Well, I specialise in out-of-home advertising, but digital. You've probably heard the term out-of-home advertising.
I haven't, to be honest. No, this is a new one.
Right. You see bus stops and anything within shopping malls or big roadside paper billboards, etc. That's all classed under the umbrella of out-of-home advertising. It's a way of targeting messaging subliminally to people who are more open to, they've proved over time that people who are out doing their shopping or transiting between location are more open to subliminal messaging, i.e. advertising. And what we do is we're taking it one step further, and we're moving into the digital out-of-home advertising, is what they're classing it as.
Ah, right, so what we're basically talking about here is a bionic advert board.
Yeah, it's digital LED, so it's a big screen made up of, I'm going to go into technical speak here now, but it's made up of, and it might bore you, so please stop.
No, we like technology, that's fine.
It's made up of individual modules, which are around about 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres square, and you can make up any size LED billboard by doing that.
So this is, in a kind of way, this is a smaller version than, do you remember the Olympic Stadium where they had the pixels on all the seats?
Yeah, that's right, and you get them going around, you've got perimeter LED for sports, so for football stadiums and rugby stadiums, etc. You've got big ones that you should see inside shopping centres. The beauty of LED is that they can be quite easily waterproof because it's made up of individual bulbs as opposed to having a TV, for example, where you've got the LCD display and with the glass frontage over the top. It's naked LED bulbs is what I'm trying to say.
Right, so, I mean, effectively what we've got then are super bright advertising boards which are more dynamic than just a poster.
That's right, yeah.
So
you can interchange them.
How does this stand with the law? Because certainly you can't even have adverts at the side of motorways, can you, from a distraction point of view? So what can you put on them?
Excuse me. Well, you actually can have advertising on motorway roadsides, and you can have digital on motorway roadsides. There is, of course, regulations, as you would expect. The UK are quite far behind when it comes to digital out-of-home regulations. The ones that we abide by with our location on the A380, you guys might not have seen it yet, but there's our LED billboard on the side of the dual carriageway there.
I pass it.
Oh, right, there you go, so you've seen it then. Well, we get, it's a good location there because we get to target a gross estimated audience figure of around 471,000 a fortnight.
Wow.
Nice.
But the regulations state that it can't be moving, i.e. it can't be moving graphics, so it can't be video or animation or anything like that. So it's a still graphic which rotates with other advertisers, so you share the space with other advertisers.
Easy as that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to be fully insured and abide by the regulations, and how we're working on this one is they are 15-second displays, and that's the minimum you can go.
Oh, okay.
So you can't have any less than 15-second rotations because it can be classed as distracting to motorists.
So, I mean, presumably the best thing about this, though, is the fact that it must be a lot more cost-effective than an actual physical poster and much quicker for you to actually get it deployed.
Well, I mean, we can turn around a graphic within 24 hours, assuming that the design copy is signed off by the client. But the difference is, like you said, is it is more flexible, and the cost implications aren't. What a lot of people don't realise about bus stop advertising and the big, I think, the big roadside paper billboards is that they tell you it's X amount a week or fortnightly or a monthly. They don't tell you then that there's a production cost and print cost.
Right. Okay.
So we're very flexible in terms of what we can achieve.
So ballpark figures then, I know it's kind of hard to estimate, but if you're talking about hitting nearly 500,000 people every fortnight driving past the sign, what kind of cost are people looking at? If we turned around today and said, right, we want to advertise the TorbayHour Radio show on your billboard starting from Monday morning, what are we looking at for cost?
Well, for the remainder of October, because it's a new location, we've been doing it at £75 per week. Now, there's only 12 slots available. Of course, we've sold some, so we don't have 12 slots remaining for the rest of October. We sold some for November, but it's at a higher rate because we were doing an introductory offer of £75, 7 days.
Okay.
It's going up to £125 for 7 days, and it's a minimum booking of a fortnight.
Okay.
Book early.
Well, this is a great thing to get in for ahead of Christmas, isn't it? Now, all of the design work, does someone need to come to you with a graphic, and can you advise them on terms of the fonts need to, or the pictures need to be smaller, or whatever it is?
Yeah, we can. We advise our customers that come to us on what's best to use. We're more than happy for them to go away and use their own designers, which a lot of companies do. They have their own preferred designers. We send them a technical specification. They stick to that, and we can advise them either way if something needs changing. We can also provide a graphic service as well if required.
Just from a purely geeky point of view, do you actually have to go up there and change the thing yourself, or can you dial into it remotely? I don't know why I'm asking that, because no one else cares, but, you know.
You're talking my language now.
Right.
You can dial in remotely. It can be done over IP, so you can have a 3G or 4G dongle. You can set it up so I could access it remotely from my house or from my office, and then you pretty much remote into a computer, which is with the screen, and you set up, so you can set up brightness. From my office, I can set up the brightness level. I can see if there's any faults on the screen. and I can also update adverts.
Wow. So someone could have like a sale, doors open at 9 o'clock, and then decide to run a special offer at lunchtime, and so long as you've got the graphics sorted, you could update it.
So the future, well, it's not the future, we're here, we're already there. The future, digital out of home itself, that's the way it's going. So there are, in London, there's this thing called a taxi topper. So it's an LED screen or an LCD screen, double-sided on a taxi. That is then tracked via GPS. I always use this as an example. Let's say the CEO or the MD of Costa Coffee decides that he wants to target a deal every time he goes past a Starbucks. He could say, all right, I want 250 of the taxi topper cabs in London. Every time the GPS hits just outside a competing coffee shop, they can stick Costa Coffee on.
That's incredible.
And, similarly, that can be done on a smaller scale. There's road signs going into London where they could phone up in the morning and go, right, we're going to run a deal this morning, and they can put it on there. And then, as long as the time's available, the slot's available, then yeah, that can be done. So
if people want to find out more about having or getting on the sign that's in Torbay, up on the A380 there, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can phone us. We're on 01803 500 559. Or you can email info@nomad-led.co.uk.
Dave, brilliant. Thank you for being our account of the week, and good luck with the sign.
All right, thanks very much.
The featured accounts with the Works Torbay. Flexible, affordable workspace. A new way of working and doing business.
So there you go. If you fancy being the account of the week, getting yourself a bit of an exposure like Dave does with his sign, get in touch during the week and you could be on next week's show. Now, in the studio tonight, we've already met briefly Rochelle and Natasha. You're from Next Route Finance. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
So, finance. There was no avoiding it. We've been talking business now for over a month. It's kind of absolutely vital for any business, really, finance. So what you're not a bank.
No, we're not. We don't lend our money out yet.
So what do Next Route do for business?
Basically, we arrange finance. So we're kind of the middleman. So where you've got your lenders and your banks, and then you've got people wanting money, then we kind of join the two together and find you the best deal. So people sometimes say to us, oh, I've got a business which is, I don't know, a freelancer, or could have like yourselves, Music Mill. Any business we can help, any industry. Whatever you need, we're there for you, basically.
Right, so effectively, I decide one day, right, I need to go and buy a new microphone.
Yes.
Okay, and I need £500 or maybe I'd like a really posh one. I want to get a couple of grand's worth of microphone.
We'd like that too, yeah.
Okay, right, okay. So I then come to you and say, right, I can't afford, my credit card will not stomach £2,000 worth of expenditure on a posh mic. What happens then?
Basically, the thing is we normally say, like you will know more about microphones than we do, find the microphone that you want, tell us the supplier name, where your it is, then we'll go away. Obviously, we'll take a few details about the business and some accounts, some bank statements, etc. We'll go away and find you the best possible monthly repayment for you, so the lowest possible one, basically. And then if you agree to it and would like to go down that route, then we kind of do all the paperwork, and then literally within a matter of 48 hours, you can have the microphone.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Simple.
And pay monthly. Yeah.
And pay monthly, yeah.
Right, okay. So how long over... I mean, obviously there's so much to do with finance that's been in the news. Obviously, as a result of the credit crash, there's been sort of bad publicity for the sort of short-term payday loans and that kind of stuff.
We're definitely not a payday.
No. I wasn't suggesting you were. But
okay.
I'm thinking in terms of people have probably got a fairly negative image of finance.
Yes.
And have you found that people have been wanting to just effectively go out and buy something rather than owe any money on it?
Well, sometimes, yeah, but I think the thing is we found is people are not saying educated, but they're not sure hence we're called Next Route, they're not sure what route they need to take. They sometimes think, oh, I'm going to get a bank loan, which is fine, you could go down that route, but they might actually not need to buy stock, they might want to actually buy an asset, hence why we're asset finance brokers in effect. So instead of, if you don't need stock and you need to, like you said, a microphone or a piece of equipment for your business, then it's better to find what you want and then try and work out in the first instance, okay, I'll find that supplier that I need, that's the cost of it. I'll go and see Next Route, see how much they can find a suitable lender for me at the lowest possible price, and then go from there, because there's loads of advantages like saving on tax as well as the main one, we think.
Right, okay.
Yeah, loads of advantages compared to if you bought it outright, that's fine, but there are equally as many advantages having it on finance, but people don't seem to know about.
Yeah, I think most people think they have two options. They can either pay for it outright, which this day and age I'm not sure if sort of a lot of people do, or they think, like most people do, I'll go and get a bank loan. But as a business, that's not always necessarily the sort of the right way to go about it. And there are probably more benefits to actually getting finance and paying monthly. So it's just kind of educating people about it first, and then I think once they sort of know about it, then they...
Yeah, we had a start the other day. He needs to, in total, borrow 10 grand, and they just initially thought, I'll go to the bank. And we said, that's fine. I'm not saying banks are fine. We do work with banks, but sometimes you need to almost assess your options, and people don't know what's the best thing to do. They kind of just think, well, I'm so used to hearing about that. I don't want to get a payday loan and get something that's on a short-term basis, but they don't always assess what they need.
So is this where the sort of worrying about capital allowances and sort of writing things off over periods of time all comes in? Now, I mean, getting fairly involved in finance in business on a Monday night at sort of just
I'm sorry,
after
guys. Hold on there.
But
hang in there.
For someone who doesn't know, because that's what we're here to do, we're here to answer questions. So if someone is a small business, they might not have got any of the experience in terms of bookkeeping it and sort of financing in any kind of detail at all.
Yeah.
Talk me through some of the advantages then. So if I want to go and buy a couple of grand, or say, you're starting from pretty much scratch, and you want to go and buy an entire studio full of gear, so 10 grand's worth of stuff.
Okay.
What am I doing as opposed to making a capital purchase and going out and spending 10 grand or just spending that 10 grand that I've saved up for? What are the advantages for me of putting that on finance?
Well, the example you've said there is basically all assets in effect, not really stock. It's all stuff you need to purchase, like computers, your microphones, etc. So in that scenario, the advantages would be, what we deal with in that is you say either do you want hire purchase or do you want a finance lease? For getting loans, so to speak, it's effectively the same thing, but hire purchase is at the end of the agreement, do you want to own the equipment? Or do you want to just lease it over a period of time, in which case it's a finance lease? So that's the first question. Do you want to own it at the end of the term or not? Other advantages are, if you are VAT registered, at the first you probably wouldn't be if you're starting a business, but there are businesses that want to refurb. If you lease the equipment, then you can claim the VAT back every month on the finance leases. Or if you do the hire purchase route, then at the initial start of the agreement, you can claim the VAT back at the start of the agreement. So the VAT element's obviously really important. People who pay VAT will appreciate this.
Right, okay.
What other things we tell you about? Oh, deposit. Deposit's quite a good one. When you're obviously buying a piece of equipment, you have to shed out a load of cash to start with. If you're hire purchase or finance lease, it's normally 3 months worth of 3 months of your repayments up front, which in the overall scheme of things isn't very much, is it? So,
well, I guess the main thing then really is, say you've allowed yourself 20 grand to set your business up.
Yeah.
Instead of just losing that in our example of 10 grand straight away, you've then still got a large working capital to start the business with.
Yes, yeah.
Is there any kind of ratio for what you'd be looking at in terms of, can you say, well, your capital cost for deposit and everything is 10% up front?
Yeah, that's normally, well, the ones we normally deal with, it's normally 3 months up front.
Oh, okay.
And we normally, on average, I'm just saying on the examples we've worked with so far, it's normally a 3-year term as well, so 36 months. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much up front when you think about asset, and it will hopefully pay for itself and earn you money as you use it. Like, one example we always say is, do you pay your staff up front? So why pay all equipment up front?
Oh,
there you go. Good question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a good question. We're talking finance tonight. If you've got a question about finance, then Rochelle and Natasha can help you out. They're from Next Route Finance. Get in touch. You can do that via Twitter tonight. That's the easiest way of doing it, because we're obviously all tweeting because it's the Torbay Hour. It's kind of the way it works, isn't it? Martin, what's going on the feed tonight?
Right, first off, before TorbayHour even started, I had @ChazEArnold tweet us. He says, if you tweet him tonight, you may be in with a chance of being in his new ebook.
Wow.
So he'll choose a name tonight at about 9 o'clock, and you'll be in the book, but I don't think you get much say in who you are. So pick me. I'll be a criminal. That'll be fine. Or someone that just goes around and upsets people all the time.
Typecasting there, really.
Typecasting.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've got Disco Junction's back on. He wants this Christmas song, Disco Junction. No. What else have we got?
Sick joke. Christmas song. It's October the 13th, for goodness sake.
We've also got WBW Solicitors. It's their first time on TorbayHour tonight. Good evening. How are you doing?
We like that. If you're a TorbayHour virgin, then get in touch with us and we can say hi to you tonight. If it's the first time you've listened to the show, then welcome along. And don't forget, if you're thinking, quick, I need to go off and do something, you've always got a chance to listen again, and you can do that via the YouTube channel. Of course, we will give you more details on that a little bit later on. I think it's time for a musical interlude and a chance for Martin to cram some brownie down his neck.
Oh,
tonight.
please.
Let's hear from Sarah Yo. This is a brilliant song. It's from her latest EP, recorded here at the Music Mill. It's Roadie.
It's Friday night and here I go to sing and play another show again. To a nice little bar in a Somerset town is how I pay my way. Hey Billy, if you're out losing, your help it would be heaven sent. If you don't mind lifting heavy things or hearing all the songs I'm gonna sing, you could be my roadie tonight, my roadie tonight. Sit next to me, keep me company. You can drive if you like. I'm gonna enjoy this ride. Kind of hard to pay. Do you mind if we play? Here goes all the way. Here goes all the Take it easy, and one of these nights has never sounded better. The West Country hills are starting to look a little more like California. Don't wanna get to where we're going, far too much laughing and joking here. But when we finally arrive, you could be my roadie tonight. Sit next to me, keep me company. You can drive if you like. Gonna enjoy this ride. Kind of hard to pay. Mind if we play? Here goes all the way. Here goes all the This game is over. I don't wanna go solo anymore. Solo anymore. Tomorrow night, if you are free, there'll be room in the front seat for one more. Sit next to me, keep me company. You can drive if you like. Gonna enjoy this ride. Kind of hard to pay. Do you mind if we play? Here goes all the way. Here goes all the way. Here goes all the way. Here goes all the way.
TorbayHour Radio Show. That's Sarah Yo. Check out her new EP. It's available to download now. You can get to that via the Music Mill Records website, musicmillrecords.co.uk, or via the main website, musicmill.co.uk. It's just, well, it's coming up to 8:25. Monday evening, it is the TorbayHour Radio Show. Good evening. If you've only just switched on, if you found us via the TuneIn app or via the website, a very good evening. In the studio tonight, we are talking finance. It makes a bit of a change from cakes, where we were a couple of weeks ago, although the financing of cakes is obviously an important thing.
Very important, and eating it is very important.
It is, yes. Joined in the studio tonight by Rochelle and Natasha from Next Route Finance. Now, girls, where do you kind of specialise, or do you find that finance companies specialise in a certain line of business? Do you have a particular understanding?
Well, we don't know whether other people do, not that we've seen, but we have decided to.
Yeah,
so let Tash deal with that, because she deals with the specialist.
Yeah, so I mean, we specialise in sort of the hair and beauty. We've kind of gone down that route. And we've got a blog as well, which we set up to actually help professionals kind of showcase their work and do how-tos and kind of give tutorials and things. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of in line with that. But we generally do specialise in sort of hair and beauty equipment. So it'll be like for salons or for maybe like freelance people.
As you can tell, I have an in-depth knowledge of the hair market.
Well, we do have, we do.
That's all right, Rick.
Yes.
Yes, we've got a lot of sort of hair and beauty tweets, which I guess we're kind of interested in it to some extent ourselves, so it does make it, you have to kind of do what you enjoy and work hard. So yeah, I think it's probably worked out for the best.
Is that a kind of mistake that other, not necessarily finance companies, might make, where they'll just go, right, well, we'll do everything because we want as much money as possible, rather than doing something which actually they got a passion about?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I think a lot of finance companies would. I think they were specialised to some extent, and I think sort of when we first started, we did think that we'll just do everything, but it's just a lot easier, and it's a lot more if you do what you enjoy. And this kind of led us down sort of hair and beauty route.
But then people get to know, we're getting established in the industry now, so people are coming to us because they know that we do finance for this industry, so you're getting a bit more known, rather than being kind of not jack of all trades, but kind of you can do anything. It's harder to kind of advertise yourself and market. And
does that enable you to get a better relationship with the people that provide the finance?
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, it's quite difficult locally to sort of try and make your point and get people to understand what you do. But I think generally, sort of, obviously we kind of work throughout the UK, so it's quite good because we're quite known. We get sort of becoming a bit more known in that industry now. Yeah,
I mean, we're starting off hair and beauty because obviously we enjoy it, and it's kind of the same group of people, but from that, in the future, we'd like to obviously go down to, we've had cosmetic surgeons, hate to say it, but cosmetic surgeons contact us, and gyms, health, anything related to that, medical, so that's kind of where we're going to branch off to. But I agree, some people that are finance companies that do everything, you kind of think, well, are they getting the best deals? Because we... And
also I think hair and beauty and sort of health and industry, that's just one market, one sector that's definitely, without question, going to grow. So I think...
Yeah, definitely.
It's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
It's only more and more people are sort of, unfortunately, kind of more into their looks.
Yeah.
Is it unfortunately? That's your business.
A bit more materialistic.
Well, yeah, right. So now, to come back, I mean, obviously you use Twitter as part of your part of your marketing strategy. Presumably Facebook, LinkedIn, and all the other ones as well. Or?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really use LinkedIn.
I was going to stand at this because I don't get involved. Tash does it all.
I do all this sort of social stuff. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we didn't really have sort of a personal account before we set up our own business account. So I mean, even with Facebook, we never really had like a personal account to start with. But yeah, I mean, Twitter's been great. Twitter's quite a good thing. You kind of make direct conversation with people that you don't really know, but it's always quite engaging, and it's quite easy, whereas I think Facebook's just a completely different language. You can tweet probably like 20 times a day and be sort of gone from the wall, whereas Facebook you may only need to put up once, and it'll just sort of always...
Yeah, although even from us now, we can tell that Twitter has a lot more freelance professionals, where like salons, which is what we kind of want to help the most because they're going to need more equipment, they love Facebook, so it's kind of using them both at the moment.
So with the when you're thinking about the strategy you've used, was that a planned strategy? The reason for asking the question is that all of the people so far we've spoken to, the social media consultants, the lawyers, all of that, the common thread is about a sort of strategy that you've thought of well in advance.
Yeah.
And have you done that? And were you able to stick to that strategy for how you've promoted the business?
I don't think so. No, I think initially I was going to fail there. No, I don't think so.
It's a good question.
I think we had a plan to start with, but as and when because now we specialise, you get to know more people and you get to know what they enjoy and how you interact different. Then we have kind of tweaked our plan a little bit, but I don't think everything's growing all the time and changing. So next year it could be something different that we'll use.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've got to keep on it and keep seeing what's new and just.
Yeah, exactly. You snooze, you lose. So we're not sleeping at the moment. That's right.
Ever. How much business would you say you can attribute to using Twitter, or Twitter primarily, and sort of being able to engage with people that A, wouldn't have known you were there, or B, had never considered financing as an option?
99%.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
as much as
literally
that?
all our stuff on our blog, most of our business is from Twitter, and then we've got the few word of mouth locally. But
yeah, and then obviously Facebook as well. Facebook's been quite
as
good
well,
for salons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely social media is the way forward, I think.
We look at people, some businesses that we obviously deal with, and who aren't on social media, and you think, how are you surviving? You've got to wonder how they are, I don't know, keep moving, but they've got their own clientele, so yeah.
Right, questions for finance then, or questions about finance. If you've got anything you'd like to get in touch, find out a bit more about it, you can do that via Twitter tonight. Martin's going to give us a quick rundown of what's going on, and then it's time for one of our 140-second accounts.
Right, so we've got some horses for sale. More_Carly, she's got 2 top fillies for sale.
Really?
I'm assuming she's talking horses, so...
You're on dodgy ground again.
I'm on dodgy ground again. I'll walk away. So we've also got Babacombe Bay bids on. They've got an announcement that Peppa Pig and George will be in Babacombe on the 1st of November, making numerous appearances. So if you've got a young one...
Repeat that again, sorry.
Babacombe Bay bid.
Right.
So at the Babacombe Bay, they'll have Peppa Pig.
Right, I'm going to be there. I tell you what, our house is just Peppa Pig obsessed. I'm not entirely sure whether it's my daughter or me that is more Peppa Pig obsessed.
It's my daughter. Yeah, definitely. We've also got Rocket Fuel SW joining us for the first time. That's a new account.
Good evening to them. It's time for one of these.
The 140-second pitch. Sponsored by Torbay Discount Card. Torbay's community discount card.
Right, our 140-second pitch. What we've done is we've taken the idea of 140 characters on Twitter, and we give you 140 seconds to pitch your business. If you fancy having a go, get in touch. We could do this for you. The first up today is Dave Kilkenny from Blinkback Video. Dave, your 140 seconds starts now.
Hello, my name's David Kilkenny, and I run a business called Blinkback, which is a video services businesses to help businesses build their profile through the strategic use of video content, regular use of video content. So we do this by placing the audience first and making the content that we produce valuable to them. So, for example, if you were a restaurant, we might produce you some recipe videos or a monthly award for local producers, food producers. If you're a hotel, rather than make a video about the services that you offer, which is basically just a glorified advert, we might make a video about what's on in the local area. So this does 3 things. It raises your profile because people are drawn to that content because it's valuable to them. Secondly, it builds your trust and authority online and offline. And thirdly, Google like it as well because they see you as a contributor to the web and they reward you with good search results. So this strategy is a long-term strategy, and to accommodate that, what we have is subscription services where you can pay anything from about £125 a month, and we produce you high-quality strategic material for your business. So that's ongoing video content, and that content helps you then produce an audience and build an audience online. So if you look on our site, that's Blinkback, blink like blink in your eyes and back like instead of front, blinkback.co.uk, and you can see our prices and our packages, my blog, which has got lots of information and useful knowledge about that, and get in touch and let's see if we can help your business.
Right, now we've still got a few seconds left, so listen, explain the difference between you making a video for someone as opposed to them just shooting something on their mobile phone and hoping for the best.
Okay, so, well, firstly, I've got 20 years of experience in shooting video, so we keep the quality high. That means that we can reflect the standards of your brand. So if you want something to look good, it's like anything. You pay for good graphic design, you pay for good design, you pay for good... the way your business looks is really important. So we can produce something that's high quality. We can also do animation as well, so it doesn't have to be, actual video material. We can do digital animation for you as well.
Yay! Well done, Dave. The 142nd pitch there, fantastic. If you want to get in touch, do that. You never know, it could be you next week. It's coming up to 25 to 9 now. Martin, what is going on Twitter tonight? I don't know about you, it seems to me that as soon as the weather's gone bad, all of a sudden it's gone crazy. My computer can barely keep up.
Trying to keep up with it tonight is just crazy. It really is. And I'm also thinking Hootsuite might have gone funny. So, a lot of the chat actually is about the Herald Express Tourism Awards last week.
All right.
So we had a couple of winners on TorbayHour. James was down there representing us. Millie and me, I know, won some awards. I think.
Congratulations!
I think the Quayside Hotel. I think Brixham actually did really, really well in the awards. So well done them.
Brixham is always highlighted as being the town that has embraced the social media side of things incredibly well in the Bay.
Yeah, they I don't know what it is about Brixham, whether it's just because there's some core of people in there that are really pushing it or what, I don't know, but yeah, they're one of the biggest in the Bay.
Fantastic. I'm kind of... I don't want to say, well, come on, Torquay, come on, Painter, and sort of pick your game up, because I don't want to sort of put Brixham down, but come on, Torquay, come on, Painter.
Pick your game up.
Pick your game up. What's going on? Letting the side down. What else have we got?
Right, we've got another new account, Paul Plum Torquay, I believe it is. I've just lost it. I lost it years ago. Yeah, Paul Plum Torbay. So if you need any plumbing or heating work done, he's the man to get in touch with from there. We've also got Dot's Pantry John on. He's tweeting loads of pictures of cake again.
Oh, John.
Oh, John.
We've got brownies here, John.
Yeah.
They're not as good as yours.
And a lot of people talking about things going on for Halloween at the end of the month. So
yes. Halloween has kind of got massive. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not entirely convinced I like the whole idea of Halloween and celebrating it like the Americans do.
No, I shall be indoors. What, lights off, hiding upstairs with the kids.
Yeah. Now, back to finance briefly, trying to get sensible again for a moment. Is this something which is very seasonal? Do people kind of? I mean, how many years have you been in business now?
Not even 2 years yet. So
have you noticed a kind of seasonal spike? Do people suddenly go, right, okay, we're back to school now, we're back to work, let's crack on and sort of grow the business?
Not that we've noticed at the moment, purely because we've obviously in the last year but grown to be a specialist, so we haven't actually seen that cycle as yet. But from experience before, yes, I think the summertime, surprisingly, people like to buy equipment for some reason.
Yeah, I would imagine
right.
the summer.
Yeah, it's the summertime.
People are happy in the summer, aren't they?
I suppose so. I was
happy,
just wondering about, and I don't want to really to say the C word, this far away, but
God.
with Christmas coming up, Christmas parties, presumably, I mean, bearing in mind, again, I don't need to go to the hairdresser when it comes round to Christmas party time.
Right.
But I'm just making a wild assumption that some people might actually want to go and sort of spruce themselves up, if you pardon the Christmas-related pun there.
That's the word there.
Yes, me and
My question.
we need sprucing up. Is that what you're trying to say?
I think that's...
Yeah.
Complete fashion makeover, but there you go. So anyway, yes, so back to finance briefly. Yes, so it just kind of happens all across the year. There's no...
Yeah, what we've experienced, it has, yeah. Obviously next year we'll tell you another lot of figures, but no, I think as and when... Obviously, every business is different. At different times of the year, they need to update their equipment, etc. So, I mean, going forward, we have seen industry statistics that have said that going forward it has picked up again, given the recession's now not out with that anymore. People are spending more money, want to reinvest in their equipment, grow their business further. So, yeah, I think there's positives.
Now, as a result of the recession, obviously the lending from the banks, the mainstream lenders, got much more tighter control.
Stringent, yeah, they did, yeah.
How has that affected you? I mean, what's the position if I, as a sole trader, come along and say, right, I want to buy my new £2,000 microphone?
Yeah.
What do I have to do to prove that I am trustworthy to pay it back?
Okay, well, we basically deal with the most of our lenders that we deal with are specific asset finance lenders rather than like the high street banks that you see, although we do use them occasionally if it's a better deal, etc.
Explain why asset, bearing in mind I know nothing.
Right, okay, asset finance basically means an asset is secured against that finance. So with your microphone, the reason why they're more likely to lend, obviously the lenders have to look at your financial situation, but they have security already in the fact that you have an asset there, so they can lend on that, opposed to like a bank loan, which is kind of, can I borrow 10 grand? Right, okay, well, you're going to pay it back. There's nothing there to, like, apart from
So that's what you call an unsecured loan?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I do know something after all. This is
You know more than I do, that's for sure.
Exactly. You know, Rick.
Okay, so that's the difference between unsecured loan and
Yes.
an asset finance.
Yes, that's it, yeah.
There is actually something tangible that effectively they could come and take back if you didn't pay it.
Yeah, which is why we get much better interest rates and agreements. It's just people don't seem to know about it, and it's just trying to educate them the fact that you can go and find whatever you want to, whatever you need. It could be any industry. Go and find what you want. Tell us what supplier it is and how much it costs, and then we'll do all the work for you. But I think people can sometimes think, oh well, I've seen a piece of equipment from a certain supplier, but I haven't seen they lease it, or you can buy it from them. Oh, do I need a loan for that? So they always go back to this loan scenario, which is frustrating. But
Okay. So talk to me about refinancing as well, because
we
this
do
is
refinancing,
my knowledge is pretty sketchy on this. Is this where effectively I can say, right, I've already gone out and bought my £2,000 microphone, but
Yes.
I really need some working capital now.
Yeah.
I'd like to effectively pawn it, for want of
that's fine.
a better word, and someone will then say, well, actually, your £2,000 microphone's worth about £1,000 now.
Yes.
So we'll
So
give
the
you
process is, like you said, you have to, the exact same process, apart from you come to us and said, I've got the microphone already, I need some working capital, etc., to buy some stock or whatever you need the cash for instead. Then the lender will then assess what the asset you've got in front of you, value it, like you said, and say, right, this is worth X amount of money, we'll lend you this amount of money instead based on the new value of that asset.
So is that what you
We do
have
that
to
as
do?
well, yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So that's where the specialism is so important, I guess,
Yes,
really, because
yeah.
you will have a better understanding. And I must, and this is going to sound ridiculous,
Oh, go
Martin,
on.
so stop laughing. I at one point was going to buy my now wife a nice pair of scissors because she.
Right.
Sorry, yeah.
We're just going.
Yeah, okay.
And I popped into a well-known supplier of hair products.
Okay.
And this pair
You make sense now.
Right,
Yeah,
okay. Now, a pair of scissors for a hairdresser, you're looking over £100.
Then you got to get them sharpened.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's be sharpened.
Wow. I'm shocked and stunned. So when you
See?
buy a pair of brand new £120 scissors, they're not sharp.
I don't know, but they get blunt and you got to get them sharpened. That's
Not
all
my
I know.
hair won't get blunt.
On mine, it really does.
Right, okay. So
I mean, to be honest, the agreements we've done so far, they've always been over £700, and in which case that scenario under £500, so kind of we have a different network of lenders for that because it's smaller value, and that's more. It obviously is equipment, but it's not as.
Yeah, but where I was going was, if I've been out and I've bought a whole salon's
Right.
worth of £150 or more
Yes,
scissors,
yeah.
and I then come to you, that's where the specialism's so
Yes,
important,
definitely,
because
yeah.
you will actually know, well, hang on a second, these scissors, because to the uninitiated, I mean, Martin, if I'd said I've got a pair of scissors, he went, well, £2.50 down
yeah.
the hardware, that's fine. But you'd know
Yeah.
that they're really expensive.
Yes, I mean the lenders, we're in place so that lenders kind of trust in us initially as we get all the information together to give to the lenders that we feel are more beneficial to that particular client. But obviously the overall effect, the lender will assess the value, but being specialists, we are able to help them and get them known in the industry a bit more and get you a better monthly payment, which is what you want at the end of the day.
In fact, well, everyone wants everything for as low as they can
Exactly.
possibly get away with, don't they? Or as much money back for something as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, I think we are overdue. In fact, we're going to run out of time rapidly here. It's time for one of these.
The 140-second pitch. Sponsored by Torbay Discount Card. Torbay's community discount card.
Now, our second 140-second pitch tonight is from Jackie Shaw, and she's from Coraline Health. Jackie, your 140 seconds starts now.
At Coraline Health, we provide health insurance products that you can trust. We're a small family-run business, which is basically focused around people receiving the best advice around health insurance. That's everything from private medical insurance, dental insurance, down to healthcare cash plans, which give you money back on glasses and contact lenses. When you're ill or you're seeking advice on how to claim or what to claim for, it's good to know that there are professionals to turn to for advice and support. And when we set our business up 4 years ago, that's exactly what we wanted to do. Your health is personal, and therefore we think you deserve a personal service. If you think that you're paying too much for your health insurance at the moment, or you're worried about making a claim because of the impact on your premium, then give us a call. If you want to get better productivity from your employees, then have you thought about providing them with a health cash plan? We provide a free, no-obligation consultation, and our role really is to understand more about you, your family, your business, so that we can determine what is the best medical insurance solution to meet your future healthcare needs and requirements. We pride ourselves on looking after our customers confidentially, personally, and where possible, locally as well. We work with a really ethical insurer, which is WPA, the health insurers based at Taunton, and they've recently won Cover and Protection magazine's Customer Service Team of the Year award. So we know that we're in good hands as far as that's concerned. Getting good value out of your health insurance is all about expertise. Your health insurance is only as good as the advice you get when you purchase it. If you want to get in touch with us to find out more, please contact us at Coraline Health, that's CORALLINE health.co.uk, or call us on 01803 855 210. We're also on Twitter at Coraline Health and Facebook.
Well, a couple of extra seconds for Jackie there could have squeezed in, but I tell you what, everyone who's done 140-second pitches so far has done remarkably well.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
It's also a relatively long time as well. When you say 140 seconds, you think, wow, how am I going to cram it all into that time? But the challenge is actually sort of filling it up.
Yes, indeed. And
right.
Not too many ums.
No, that's right. So, the Twitter feed tonight for the Torbay Hour, what's going on?
So, we've got Bricks Means Business on at the moment. They're a Brixham-based networking group.
Right.
Been to one at the Berryhead Hotel, and it's a nice little group. But so if you're looking to do business in Brixham, then they're definitely worth checking out. We've also got on Brixfest. He's trying to remind us that they won a Best Tourism Event Silver Award at the Herald Express Tourism Awards last week. And Charles Darrow UK, they're on promoting. They've got offices, maisonettes, and everything else going free at the moment. So if you're looking to expand, it's worth checking out as well.
Some of the tweets that I see come through sometimes are all just sort of, it's conversation, but we also want to actually promote business as well. So we need to know what people do.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's really important. Rather than just sort of going, can we have more followers, stuff like that? Actually, tell us what you do. Tell us how we get in touch with you, things like that, because that's what it's all about. This is an opportunity to showcase yourself.
A lot of people do, but it's also bear in mind that we know a lot of the accounts, and a lot of the accounts are on every week, so we do recognise you a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, especially if you're a new account. Tell us
if
what
you're a new account, definitely
tell us what you're all about. We should actually get like a directory together, shouldn't we, of all of the businesses that get involved.
Yeah.
We should do that on the website.
More for you to do, Martin.
Yeah, thanks.
Make a note of that. Now, you mentioned this. Now, Natasha, earlier on you mentioned that you have a blog.
Yes, that's
Tell
right.
me more about your blog.
The blog, okay. So the blog's called Next Route Style. Basically, it's a platform, it's sort of an online platform for professionals in the sort of hair and beauty industry to post up sort of pictures and tutorials of like how-tos in anything sort of hair, makeup, nails related.
Right.
So yeah, it's quite diverse. We sort of do different things on there, like competitions as well, just to kind of get the beauty bloggers involved. But yeah, and our own ones.
So this is. It's more about the kind of the community of interest of the beauty industry rather than just overtly saying, right now I'd like you to finance a pair of scissors. Exactly,
yeah. I mean, we do occasionally our own posts thrown in there, sort of about money and how to sort of work your money in the best, most efficient way. So yeah, I mean, we do try and encourage. We're sort of doing that more and more, adding our own posts. But we've had quite a lot of feedback from those. It's been quite positive. So
good.
Hopefully there'll be more of them in the future.
So where do we find the blog?
So the blog is, well, if you just go to Google, type in Next Route Style, hopefully it should come up that way. It's also in the link in our bio, our Twitter bio, so that's another way to find it. But yeah, I mean, we won an award for it last year. We actually got nominated last year, but this year we're actually sort of going to put ourselves up, I think, for the UK Blog Awards. So if we tweet in the next couple of weeks, please vote for us.
There's an award for everything, a UK Blog Award.
I know. I'm going for it next year. I'm going up against them.
Yeah,
really?
I think
you should,
I will not win.
You never know.
You never
party
know,
anyway.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Party, I'm there.
So what is this kind of, is there a glittering award ceremony at the that?
Yeah, there is. I think, last year we went to London, and there was sort of an evening where you get to sort of socialise with other It's good. It was a good night. We didn't really know what to expect because we didn't really knew that the awards existed.
Yeah.
But we actually got nominated, so we thought, well, why not?
So is this an industry-specific thing, or is this across the board?
No, it's just UK sort of blogs in general. So there was sort of car blogs,
Wow.
social media blogs, fashion blogs, could be anything. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
An interesting mix of people as well.
Some strange people.
There was just
Brilliant.
blogging.
So, Martin, what's going on?
Paul Clues, he's decided he wants a personal number plate, so apparently he's changing his name to Y481FFA.
Hey, he reads Viz. Marvellous.
There you go.
Yeah. What else we got?
Julia Stone, 420. She's got 93 followers. She wants 100, so if she can give 7 more, that'd be great. She is the Avon lady from a couple of weeks ago, and she's also been on earlier on tonight saying about the Avon is for men as well as women, so if you're looking for a job or want to earn a bit of extra money and you're a guy, then you can check them out as well.
I noticed one here from, what's that, the Bully Elms Farm? If you want Christmas hampers, then get in touch for your customers.
The C word.
Yeah, I know, but you have to. I mean, you do have to start thinking about it.
You do,
especially if you're from a business point of view. Business Christmas cards. You got to start thinking about those soon.
Yeah, check
Possibly
out AC Print have been on saying about their business cards and their Christmas cards and their things for Halloween and Christmas and everything.
Because that's the thing, if you're going to send a Christmas card to your entire client base, you could be talking thousands. Get them printed.
Yeah, exactly.
AC Print or other printers, of course.
Or others.
Get in touch and get them printed. All you got to do is sign them. Actually, you could probably scan your signature and do that as well.
Maybe. Just get the office bod to do it.
Do you reckon he's got a butler?
Who, Martin?
Yeah, I must have.
I think so,
have.
yeah,
He's
definitely.
just talking about.
I don't need a
last
butler.
week he's
You
got
sound like you do, Martin.
bridezilla, and now it's just get the office bod to do it and laugh. And you can imagine the big cigar and the kind of
I
Alan
think so,
Sugar
yeah.
thing.
You can tell I'm a manager. I've got a Trevor. I love Trevor.
There's a kind of silent tumbleweed moment there as you say that.
Well,
isn't there?
yeah, exactly. Really? You're a manager?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just after 10 to 9, we've only played one song tonight. I think we'll play another one. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we played something from the Simmertones, and Twitter went crazy. The Simmertones themselves do like a bit of a tweet, so good evening to you guys if you're listening. Tonight, I think we shall play another track from the Simmertones, and we're going to play Who's the Daddy?
When life gets tough, I survive. You're always looking for new things, new toys that keep you amused. You're always up for a party, till you start feeling the blues. You tell me each day's a new day to live in your own way. Rise above the sad things and smile some more. Tomorrow is your day. Plan it in your own way. The life's just beginning, so believe in your winning. You are the daddy of them all. You always live life to the full. You teach me so much more and more. You definitely are the daddy, one in a million by far. The music flows right through you, whilst you are dancing to ska. You've always been there for me, through thick and thin. You tell us all the best stories about places you've been. Time goes by like a shooting star, passing by like a speeding car. Let yourself go mad for once, live life to the full and take a chance. Time goes by like a shooting star, passing by like a speeding car. Let yourself go mad for once, live life to the take a chance. You are the daddy of them all. You always live life to the full. You to the full and take a chance. Time goes by like a shooting star, passing by like a speeding car. Let yourself go mad for once, live life to the full and take a chance.
Simatones, Who's the Daddy? It is, of course, the TorbayHour Radio Show. Good evening. If you've only just joined us, you've missed 55 minutes. There's only 5 minutes left. It's as simple as that.
You can listen again. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you can listen again via YouTube. Martin, where do we find it on YouTube?
Just search TorbayHour on YouTube and you'll find us. It's our logo that comes up, so you can't really miss it. It's bright blue.
And do you link to it via the website?
Yeah, it's still on our website as well, torbayhour.co.uk, and the show goes up on there on a Tuesday evening.
Right, now, in the studio tonight, we've got Next Route Finance. It's Natasha and Rochelle. Natasha, we've found out a little bit about the blog. How do we get in touch with you? Now, we're talking finance here. Now, you specialise in beauty, but presumably you will do anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do any business. So, I mean, you can tweet us or find us. So that's next_route. Or find us on Facebook, which is still the same, Next Route. We are in the process of updating our website at the moment to be sort of more to our specialist industry, but all the sort of links and telephone number and emails are on there. So that'll be Next Route Finance.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Oh, it's all right. No, you're more than welcome any time, especially if you bring the brownie. That's
definitely.
absolutely
We'll bring them
required. Absolutely required. So, Martin, tell us then, what do we got on the Twitter feed tonight?
Firstly, a bit of a plug for ourselves. We've got Torbay Tweet Up coming up on the 27th of this month. It's going to be at the Quayside Hotel in Brixham. So if you are interested in attending that, then give us a shout and we'll post you the link. Other than that, on TorbayHour, there's James is on promoting himself as an accountant, apparently. That's apparently what he does during his day job, but this seems to be my day job, so I don't know how he can manage too. Wabbit is on doing DJ and karaoke and 6 Foot White Rabbit.
6 Foot White Rabbits?
Yeah, we've mentioned it a couple of times.
Right. I'm slightly concerned about that. Yes.
I think I see it.
You do? Oh, okay. You do. Fine. Now, we do this every week. This is the TorbayHour Radio Show. What we do is we talk and we tweet business and occasionally common sense.
No.
I don't, yeah.
Occasionally.
Natasha and Rochelle don't believe a word of it, do they? But no, thanks for coming in. Finance is one of those things where it's a kind of minefield, isn't it? You can, fall foul all kinds of traps.
We haven't bored everyone. Have you still got the same views going?
No, that's right. Yeah,
no, you've done great.
We're absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. So, what are the things if obviously we want everybody to come and talk to you about their financing? What are the things which they've got to watch? If you were going to sum it up and give us like a 1-minute safety advice for financing a business, what's it going to be?
I think you need to, first of all, just assess what you want the finance for. I think a lot of people, obviously every business will need an asset of some sort, so if you need an asset, then look at the asset finance route to start with, and then if you need additional funding, then look at a bank loan then, because if you've got asset finance in place, then you still have your credit lines available if you need a bank loan in the future. So should you need working capital, as everyone does, that is available for you to get a bank loan, but asset finance is the way forward for the first instance.
Okay, and presumably, obviously, anyone can get in touch with you via Facebook, Twitter, phone, whatever, website, whatever. Yeah. Or, of course, they can get advice from their own accountants.
And their accountants, and James, and any other accountants. Yeah. There you go, James.
Well, they can get advice from their accountants.
From their accountants, whoever that may be.
It's as simple as that. So thanks so much for coming in. We will put you in our directory of contacts for people to get back in again and talk finance. And if people have got finance questions that they direct at the show during the week or whatever, we will point them in your direction.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Right, we've got about a minute of the show left. Martin, final wrap up on the feed tonight.
James is on promoting the Torbay Business Forum Festive Feast, sponsored by someone else. That's their Christmas do, basically. So if you are a one-man band and you usually take your Christmas do at the local pub over a pint, why not join them and get in touch with a load of other people as well.
Get in touch with a load of other people.
A load of other people. He'll be fine. He'll love it. Love it.
Lovely. Right, go on.
We've also got Devon Air Ambulance are on promoting piece of Royal Doulton on their eBay store. So that's obviously raising money for a good cause as well as getting yourself...
They were our Accounts of the Week a couple of weeks ago. Their big campaign is to raise finance, or raise money, not necessarily finance, raise money to get the helicopter fleet to be able to fly at night. Now, this is it's an absolutely vital thing. So if you're not following Devon Ambulance, get on, follow them as soon as you possibly can.
Definitely.
Simple
Definitely
as
give
that.
them a follow.
Hey, I can't believe it. Guess what?
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. We'll catch you next Monday at 8.
The TorbayHour Radio Show, brought to you by the Babacom Inn Christmas Party Nights.